Okay, morning YouTube. It's Sunday. I had intentions of going to the flea market to sell stuff today, but as you can see, it was at 5 o'clock this morning. It was blowing and raining, and I looked out the window, and it was a terrible day. Then I decided to put the head back down and go back to sleep at about 8 o'clock when I decided to wake up and get out of bed. It was still blowing like anything, but I decided that if I wasn't going to get there early, I wasn't going to go at all. But at 8:30 I thought, oh bugger it, I'll just drive out there and see what's going on. Out to the flea market. The flea market's about 18-20 k's from my house. Anyway, so I'm on my way out there. It was still blowing like anything this morning, but as the day goes on, the wind's dropped. I made a video yesterday about my finds from yesterday, Sunday. I got a couple of rotary dial phones. They were $5. I make good money out of them. They work. I plugged them in. You could dial up the phone numbers and stuff like that. So when the zombie apocalypse hits and there's no electricity, you'll still be able to dial out. I hope till the generators at the phone exchange die, and then I won't be able to do anything. I also bought 3 Stanley planes. I got 2 number 4s and a number 5, and they were $10 each. But you know, they're Stanley planes, and like, who doesn't like old Stanley planes? I got a vintage Humpty Dumpty Fisher Price pull along toy. What else did I get? I got some educational plated silver spoons. Cake forks, sorry. I bought those because I needed to educate myself on silver. I now know that not ESPN, EPNS, electric plated nickel silver. That's it. The markings on that means electric plated nickel silver, so that from now on I'll know not to buy those. Oh, poor memory. So, I mean, I could have looked at the spoons, but I had to get my loupe out and have a really good look at them. If you think, oh man, a bit of a Nancy boy, it's November, I've got a hoodie on. That's how bloody cold and windy it was this morning. Yeah, so I just thought this morning that because I'm not going out there to sell, I'll still go out there and have a look, because she was pretty interesting last time I was out there. People screaming at sellers screaming at customers, and I don't mean like, you know, your usual just hey, you know, put that stuff down. It was like, hey, bleep, put that bleeping stuff down. You can't bleep and afford it. And then running down there and just swearing at the guy's to the guy in his face. So I thought, oh, that's my competition. So as long as I don't swear at anybody, I'm sure I can sell some stuff. Yesterday I saw 2 dealers arguing over a piece of an IKEA rug, and I was so tempted to go, my God, don't you guys venture out of your little square of, you know, tools and bloody rugs and what are those things called, picture frames and stuff like that, because everywhere I go, that's all they seem to buy. You know, that's all their eye must be trained for, is just for those tools and crap. I mean, I do understand tools are good, but you know, you can't totally rely solely rely your income on tools. I do some of them might do that, but I just thought it was a bit, I just shook my head when I walked out with better stuff than they were fighting over. And for a lot less money, and I'm going to make a lot more money out of it. God only knows how much an IKEA rug will get you, $30. Because I only paid $15 or $20 for it. It's just rubbish. I have IKEA rugs in my kitchen, so that if I spill any stuff on the ground, I don't have to wipe the ground. I just roll the rug up and throw it in the bin. So I know. I guess different strokes for different folks, I guess. My big thing is I want to go out to the flea market and look how people set up. This is part of my thing. In my head, because I've worked in, I work for one of those sugar water companies, the one with the white ribbon and the red background. There was a lot of emphasis on retail layout, and I'm like, surely, because it's an absolute bloody science, and having end of lines in supermarkets and stuff like that. End of aisles in supermarkets and stuff. It's all. If you think your supermarket just happens, it doesn't. There's, they're pumping bloody coffee and the smells of coffee and baking bread through the place to get you to buy more, make you hungry. So, I'm not going to do that, but there must be some sort of science behind the, behind laying out at a swap meet or a flea market, stuff like that. Anyway, I got some ideas in my head about how it should happen. I do understand about groupings and stuff like that. I'm also thinking, do you run your groupings, do you just lay the stuff out, and then if you get more traffic going one way than the other, do you swap everything around and put it the other way, or do you just leave it? There's got to be everything's got a goddamn science in it. There's an expert on everything, so I'm just going to go out there and look and study and see what happens and see which way the aisles get the most flow. Do they get the flow north or do they get the flow south? The flea market's in an old, not an old one, it's still working, a drive-in movie theatre. So, Anyway, that'll be quite good. I'm going out there to look at layouts, stores, how people have got things. I've got a few bits and pieces that I want to sell, and I need to know what the flea market price is for them. I think that's all I have to say today. Anyway, I've got a couple of things to look at on the way home. A couple of garage sales. I haven't seen any on the way. I've only seen 2 on the way here, but I'll grab those on the way back because it'll be later in the day, and people who would have done 2-day garage sales will be sick of it by now, yard sales. So I'm hoping that when I hit them, I'll get stuff at an even better cut rate price than I would have if I'd gone just before. Because in the morning they might be a bit more enthused, but come like 10, 11, 12 o'clock this afternoon today, they might be just fed up with it and just wanting to go to the pub or something. So I might be able to make offers on bulk lots. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, picking, good luck picking, and good luck selling today. Or tomorrow, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, because today is Saturday. So it's probably more picking for you guys.